Hey y'all, today is not really October 31st because I just got home from a Halloween bash. It's really November 1st because it's very late, but this is my October 31st, 2024 video because I've been posting every day as a way to free myself from all this shame and tell my story about what happened to me. Now, first things first, happy Halloween. I really enjoyed doing this leopard thing. It took hours, even though these were stickers, but I felt really, really pretty. And that's something that you don't think you could ever feel again after something like this happens. There was an event for Face Forward International, which is the nonprofit that brought me here to Los Angeles to safety and, supplies or facilitates the life-changing surgeries. But the main thing about tonight is that I really enjoyed myself. When you're with an abusive, toxic partner, narcissist, whatever they are, 99% of the time, you're going to end up having an argument if you go out, or they're going to ruin it. They're going to get jealous. They're going to get mad. They're going to do something. And then they're going to tell you that you ruin everything. And I just wanted to throw that in there because that was something that was always done. It's like, oh, you're never happy. You ruin everything. You ruin every vacation. I had a great time. He was always ruining it with jealousy. I don't know why. I don't know why they need to take your joy away. Anyway, though, I'm just really proud that I'm just living life out loud now. I did, of course, think about things today because that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to live my way through it. And I was thinking about the night this happened and just how upset I am about the police not questioning him. I'm sorry I'm so shaky if you're watching on your big TV. I don't have my gimbal and I just wanted to get this video up, It's just, why not ask? The night this happened, we had been arguing for weeks before. I've said, if you look back to other videos, if you don't know what's going on, but at 5:43 p.m., the last ugly text was sent, and at 8:09 p.m., 911 was called. By the time they got there, I was in shock, but what happened, because memories come back. Once you heal, you're not in shock. Memories come back. And, we were trying to, I thought I was going to make a mistake. I don't know. But he set me on fire. He squirted the lighter fluid on purpose. He chased me with it. I had in long hair extensions. I didn't know a lot about hair extensions then. I was just trying to grow my relaxer out. But I had super long ones because it was a week before Christmas when this happened. And, just looking cute and kind of glamorous. As I ran, he just filled that human hair up with the lighter fluid. It was slinging down my back. And this wig today is making me think of that. Because this human hair, doesn't melt. You have to add accelerant to it. And just like your hair, if it's got something in it, oil or hairspray, then it's very flammable. And as I ran, he just soaked my back with it. And when I turned, he threw the lighter. And it's hard for me to imagine this hair that I'm wearing right now going up in flames. But it did. And when I was rolling on the ground, I've always said, I thought this is how I died because I was rolling and I couldn't put myself out. When I made my original video about this, I thought it was because I was on concrete. I say, you can't put yourself out in my original video, stop, drop, and roll doesn't work on concrete, because that was the only thing I could come to in my mind through the research as to why rolling didn't put me out. Well, the reason I couldn't put myself out with stop, drop, and roll was because I was covered in accelerant. It wasn't just a flare-up, like you said, like, oh, here's some lighter fluid that got on your arm, and then whoof, now you've got 3rd and 4th degree burns to your entire face, chest, both arms, upper back. That doesn't happen. Like, a little squirt of lighter fluid is controllable unless, unless there's something there. And I think they really blamed it on, like, oh, synthetic hair extensions. I saw it noted, and they weren't synthetic. They had all been burned away because the amount of lighter fluid in it, you could smell the hair. As I laid there and thought, this is how I died, I could smell hair and flesh burning. You stop feeling the pain because the nerve endings burn off, but you never stop feeling the heat or the fear. So right there, they write it off as, oh, that lady just had on some synthetic hair and it just went up. Hey, if they had stopped to think and ask, even if it were, human hair, it's a lot more expensive, like what I'm wearing, but they didn't even stop to think. They just made an assumption. And then me being, I'm just going to say this, because this is what I feel. I was in Georgia, black female, married to a white male, and it's just, hey, that guy's just trying to squirt some lighter fluid, and, wife's cheap hair went up in flames, and hey, we're not even going to ask her what happened. We're just going to ask him, because this is exactly what happened that night. He tells them at one point, he tells a nurse or doctors or something that, she caught fire while they're sitting by the fire pit. He's not sure when she caught fire. He just saw her, like, I was just on fire. I was just sitting beside him, and all of a sudden, woof, on fire. How can you not be sure when I caught fire if it happened because you were squirting lighter fluid that I got in the path of? The stories, he didn't even try, I guess is what I'm saying. So, I rolled and I started to say the Lord's Prayer. And I got about halfway through and I thought, God, is this really how I'm supposed to die? And my husband said, I got you. And he called me baby. I got you, baby. I got you. Like now this jerk, this murderous sociopath that has set me on fire is now my salvation. Because, he's that sick and twisted. He's that messed up. He always behaved like I was his mother. She was bipolar. She had a lot of issues. He accused me of a whole lot of things that she really did. And it's so twisted. So anyway, he did put me out, and I thought, it was because he just couldn't stand me laying there, burning, praying on the ground. I wasn't calling for him. I specifically know I wasn't. I was talking to God. And I thought that was it. And I was going to talk to God. And he really put me out, because when I ran, I got to the side of the house. I can see that now. If I had stayed in the back of that house, I would not be talking to you right now. Nobody could have seen me there. But when I got to the side and I had yelled some, anybody could have come walking. We lived up a steep hill. Anybody could have walked up. Anybody could have seen. Who knows? He better put me out at that point. That's why he put me out. Not because he wanted to help me, and not because he couldn't stand listening to me pray, because I thought that after I knew that he did it on purpose, but it wasn't that. It wasn't any bit of guilty conscience or second thought. It was self-preservation because he thought somebody might see. It wasn't a rethink. It wasn't an you know what moment, poop moment. It was just him protecting himself. And then after he put me out, I remember the look on his face. He backed up against a house, and his eyes were big, and his mouth was open. He just looked so crazy, because he is. And these are people that will constantly call you crazy, make you feel crazy, call you crazy, tell other people you're crazy, tell people that you're doing what they do. But the look on his face was pure crazy. Can't blame it all on drugs, because lots of people do drugs and alcohol and they don't set other people on fire. You have to be messed up to do something like that. So the ambulance came, and the only thing I talked about was telling my children that I love them. They make notes of it, and just saying that I was going to die, asking if I was going to die, and then reading the paramedic report. I was awake longer than I thought it was. I thought I passed out in the ambulance, but I was awake the whole way, just saying that I was going to die. Pure shock. They couldn't talk to me about anything. Nothing. And again, the police didn't once say what happened. They didn't ask me once, because I'm brown and he's not, in Georgia. In May, when he had me arrested, and, you know, because I'm the abuser, which is basically what every one of these guys and girls, narcissist, abusive, toxic people, it's basically what every one of them does. And I don't know why none of them don't know yet that we know they're doing that. You know, we get it. Nobody believes you when you say the other person is crazy. Well, that's not true. I'm sure there's going to be some young girl that will believe him when he says, Mael, don't listen to her, she's crazy. And if you are that girl, I implore you to save yourself. I don't want him. I don't care about him. But get the hell away, okay? Listen to me. Get away. So I hope I find some justice, because tonight I wanted to post my outfit, my leopard, before I went, and say that I was going to the Hollywood Roosevelt for a really cool experience, a concert benefiting Face Forward International. I wanted to post about that, and I felt like a prisoner. I'm the prisoner. I couldn't say where I was going to anyone. You know, and I don't often, you know, post. Normally when I post after the fact anyway. I encourage you all to do that too. Don't post and say you're on vacation while you're on vacation, so, you know, so you can get robbed or something. But sometimes you want to support the cause. I want to say, hey, I'm going to be out at the Hollywood Roosevelt tonight. If you're in LA, come on by, support the charity, meet me. Because I do have, you know, really good, loyal followers. Come meet me, come do that. I want to do that, but I can't, because I'm still the prisoner. I'm still the one that has to change how my behavior to accommodate his craziness. So ultimately, the story goes well. I survived, obviously. But it feels scary to me that I was laying in a coma alone with him in the room while he had to try to decide how he was going to keep me from remembering when I woke up. I'm sure he had to be worried about that, like what's going to happen. I'm sure he researched it. There's all sorts of crazy stuff that he did, like I've told you guys about, taking all the furniture off the patio. So, I didn't want, to cause you any bad memories. And literally house shopping with in the first couple of weeks, or, looking for a place to rent, so that I won't have to come back to that house. And it's scary that this happened, and I'm really concerned. I reached out to my Congress, went to a senator. Of course, it's almost, election day. But I really want to find help. I really want to be able to enjoy my life. Going out tonight was wonderful. I felt beautiful. I wanted to, share it. Maybe stream some of it. But basically, I'm in hiding. And I didn't do anything wrong. All right. Well, at least I look fabulous. I don't even want to wash this off. It took 4 hours. There's stickers, but it still took quite some time to put it all on and do the base makeup. It was worth it, though. I'm going to have a small surgery on Saturday morning, very early, so I might not post on November 2nd. It'll be a surgery to put in a tissue expander on my forehead and correct my right eye, all this redness. They're going to do a graft from behind my ear and lift it up. You can see how good this eye is and how down this one is. That's going to get done, and it's really the beginning of being restored to more normalcy than I ever thought possible, because my face has healed really well. These are all individual skin grafts from my lower body. And there's not a seam. You only see color. There's not a raised seam. You don't see the edges of any of it. They were done by Dr. Ingram at Grady Memorial Hospital, and he, rest in peace, was the only person on this earth, I believe, that could have saved my life over those 6 months I was there, and he did. And he did the most beautiful skin grafts that even the plastic surgeons here are super impressed by. And I think that once I have my nose done and lower it down and soften my skin some, I have a chance at really just looking just different again, I love y'all. I guess this was just a ramble. I don't know if I gave any new information. I love y'all. Whatever you're going through, this too shall pass.